Welcome back to the Horror Herald.
Yeah, welcome back to the Horror Herald.
Yep.
How are you today? You doing good?
Who you talking to?
The viewer at home.
Oh.
Who else? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing swell. Thank you for tuning in to the Horror Herald and to our special review of Beau. I said Beau. Beau chicka wow wow.
Beau chicka wow wow. Beau is a frau.
No, Beau. Beau is Afraid.
Yeah.
Beau is Afraid. It's a movie that I think by the time you see this video, it's been out for a little while
bit,
now.
yeah.
But the fact that you clicked on is fantastic. Thank you.
We just wanted to watch it.
You just wanted to watch it, and I know we are a horror channel. If you don't know, we are the Horror Herald, and this movie isn't specifically kind of horror. But it's Ali Aster.
Ari Aster, and
so
he
you
did.
said?
Yeah, Ari Aster, and he did Hereditary. And
Yeah,
Midsommar.
so you got, so we kind of have to see it, and it does have some spooky wooky moments.
Yeah. And Leo, it's his first Ari Aster movie.
Indeed.
Yeah,
But probably
I've
by
seen
the
both of
time this release, probably won't be.
You gonna watch them?
Oh yeah, God
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, mate.
They're classics. Hereditary, classic. Haven't seen it, but it's a classic apparently.
Yeah,
You know,
I think it's pretty good.
the other one, Midsummer.
Yeah, it's pretty good too.
Yeah, it's out there.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So yeah, I got to check it out. And but yeah, we checked out this one. It's a massive film, the 3-hour film,
Massive.
and we'll talk about
It's
that.
not doing well in the box office though.
Is it? It's not doing well.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh well, I mean it's an R18 3-hour
And
movie.
and it's
but
support artists.
Support artists, I
Support
guess.
artists.
But yeah. Now this is a special one because we are doing this review. We did a lot of reviews today, didn't we? A lot of reviews today. And normally what we would do is we would prepare for you guys a little news segment, which is something we love doing. And shout out to our sponsor. But because we've done a lot of reviews today and there hasn't been any more news since doing the last video, we're just not going to do that. We're just going to get straight to the review and we're just going to get that done. But before we do, actually, we'll come up with a sponsor. You know what? Something special this time. It's going to be a pain in the ass for Louis, but I will edit it myself if this is needed.
What?
Here is all the sponsors we've ever done. All the QR codes right here.
Okay.
Right here. This shouldn't be too hard. I'll help you. But here's... Don't skip this.
Do you want the QR codes?
What?
Do you want the QR codes?
Yes.
That's going to be hard to... How does
just put QR codes...
But how would the phone know which one to choose?
That's for the phone.
Okay.
And in all the
like
links in
random.
description. All the links in description.
Thanks, Leo.
For every single sponsor we've ever had on the show. It's right here. In front of your face.
send me
No,
a-
listen. Listen, you may be thinking, what? Screw sponsors. This ain't like any other sponsors. These are cool-ass websites. We got ones like Where is Auntie Josephine? .weebly.com. We got the story of pumpkin something. I don't know what it was. It's cool. What was another one? We had
Shoelace one.
Shoelace. Where is my shoelace.com?
Yeah.
We have
Organize my
Demon
party.
Quiz.
Demon
.weebly.com.
Quiz,
Oh my god, these are amazing. These are fantastic. Someone should make a business out of that. Probably not. It's not really that worth of a commodity, but it's cool. And yeah, check them out. Check out all these QR codes. They're probably not on the screen anymore.
Stop doing hand gestures.
But look at this. Look at this one. This specific one. Look how it moves across the screen.
Stop. You asshole.
I will edit this. I will edit.
No, I'll do it.
No, okay, but you better do it.
What time? You have no time. I'll do it.
Anyway, and we'll also have it in the description.
Yeah.
But scan some of these. I don't know how Louis is going to do it. Maybe he'll scan. Maybe he'll show you individually different, QR
Let's
codes.
just stop.
However you want to do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's it. That's our sponsors. And if you want some news, Bloody Disgusting, shout out to them. Check out some news from that.
Yeah.
You know, I still love my news. I'm staring at a camera that isn't filming. But you know what? Yeah. You know what? Prediction. News prediction.
Okay.
Because we're not doing a news segment. Prediction.
There's going to be a massive franchise news, I think.
Yes.
Going to be some FNAF news, I bet.
FNAF. Do you think new trailer?
No, not new trailer.
Not new trailer.
By the time we do the next one, no new trailer.
No.
Maybe some A24 like Backrooms news, maybe.
Backrooms news. I don't think a trailer.
Not a trailer, but maybe just some filming news.
Yeah.
Maybe some Dead by Daylight movie news. I don't
Dead
know.
by Daylight. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight movie news.
That's my prediction. What do you think?
What do I think?
Can I talk all
They're gonna shout out new Halloween movie coming out. No.
Halloween ends with a plural.
No, not new Halloween movie. What is in the works? they're gonna announce a new season of a new Walking Dead show.
Oh, I saw a trailer. For
I know that's the thing called like Dead City or something like that. They're gonna announce either they're renewing it for season 2 or another season or something.
How about something original? What about like a new completely original?
They're gonna announce something for that vampire comic show thing that we talked about. Not vampire, witch comic show. Witch kind of comic animated thing.
Again.
That one, not vampire. Anyway, whatever the news has to come, that'd be awesome. Yeah. But we're gonna get to the movie now.
Yeah.
Beau is Afraid, and we're gonna be I don't know if we're gonna be as long as 3 hours of the movie, but we're gonna talk about it and we hope you enjoy it. So no, we'll save it for the end. New angles. Yeah.
Oh,
hello.
The camera's on now, Leo.
It is on.
Look like an idiot.
Hey, buddy. How are you? I want you to know every time that you look at me, we have a connection, bro. Don't look at this guy. Don't listen to this guy. Hey, you can leave if you want, but you can stay. You can watch. Hey,
I'm a cock.
You're a cock.
Anyway, Beau is afraid.
Beau is afraid. Right. Speaking of cock.
Speaking of
cock.
Speaking of strangling.
Strangling.
Spoilers.
This is your spoiler warning. Okay. This is a spoiler review. Beau is afraid.
Big balls.
Okay.
2 sets of big balls.
Okay. Oh wait, yes. You see 2 sets of big balls in this movie,
and they get bigger.
Joaquin Phoenix got the balls.
No, that was a joke because he had the Because he
shit!
Cancer.
So he didn't actually have.
No, that was a fake.
There was a fake big balls.
Yeah. See, smart.
Wait, he had cancer?
No, because remember Nathan Lane was like, "You're downstairs. We have to get that checked."
Yeah. Oh shit! You know stuff you don't even realize. You don't even pick up. You picked up on that. Yeah. Nice job.
Thank you.
You pick up on them balls. Love it. My hair's all over the place. Jeez.
That's okay, Leah.
Jeez. Hello. Good morning.
Yeah. This is a casual one. Let's just.
This is a casual one. It's late night. Late night fun night. Anyway, we should get back to the movie.
Yeah, the movie.
Beau is Afraid. A24. Ali Aster back at it again.
What? Joaquin Phoenix? He's doing another Joaquin Phoenix with him. Ali Aster for Netflix.
He's doing another.
They're doing a movie together again.
Right. Yeah. Right. Is that part of his?
I have no idea. He's just doing another one.
There you go. That's cool. Shout out to that. Yeah. But yeah. Okay, this is the movie. Beau was Afraid. We went in. I had expectations.
Knew nothing about it though.
You had expectations. You know what I realized that we didn't do with the last review?
What?
A little thing we go like, how do we feel about it at the start, and then we go into the review.
Oh yeah.
But because this is a single review, let's do that now.
Yeah, let's do that again.
Let's do that now.
How did you?
I went in with, expectations that this was going to be a crazy film.
Yeah.
It was.
No.
But was it my kind of crazy? Not really.
I would say it was.
It was. A point. It was. I was enjoying the frick out of this film.
Yeah. Leo was like, I need to go toilet, but I don't want to miss anything. I was like, yeah. And then,
I was enjoying this film for the first hour and a half, maybe an hour. Until
the other story happens.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little bit we're not spoiling in this bit. We're gonna get into the spoilers, but just overall, this film had a lot of promise at the start.
Yeah,
I was enjoying the start.
Yeah,
but then when I stopped enjoying, I really stopped enjoying.
Right. Yeah.
To the point where I was like, okay,
Leo's leg was shaking the whole theater.
Was it?
I felt you going like, come on.
There you go. I needed. I don't know if I have. I don't know if I have ADHD, but it might be. I needed something to. It was a long film. Let's just say it's a long film. I felt that.
The thing is, I love long films. I felt this one.
Yeah.
The Batman didn't feel long to me. Spider-Verse didn't feel long to me.
How long is Spider-Verse?
Oh, it's shorter than this. But most movies I go out, they're like, oh, it's too long.
Yeah.
I like long films because I feel like they're long for a reason. This one wasn't.
Yeah, and also I don't want to spoil too much, but the story, I just it
didn't captivate you fully.
It
wasn't enough to.
I didn't know. I didn't even know what the story was even at the end. Yeah. I kind of got the themes, kind of got the idea. Yeah. Kind of got it. Yeah. But I was like,
it doesn't support.
It's such a thing where it's you don't know where the story's gonna go, and it didn't feel like I don't want to get this is spoilery, but I didn't. The story felt more like just a series of events you're watching rather than an actual story.
Yeah. I would agree to an extent, but I would say I saw a story more than you. Probably.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. But overall, didn't feel great.
Yeah.
It had a lot of promise, had a lot of fun, but then when it fell off, it really fell off for me.
Worth watching if you're into crazy Ali Aster stuff. But if you're like, oh, I'm not sure about it, probably wait until it's like out on streaming maybe. And because like watching this in a movie where you can't pause, go get a drink or something, like you have to sit in the theater for the 3 hours, and if you're not into this kind of movie, probably wait. I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like if I didn't have like stuff to do, maybe I would have enjoyed it more. But I was feeling like, oh yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It's going along well.
I would say I probably lasted a bit longer than you in the boredom of me. I lasted a bit longer.
I still had hope. Like I didn't like go like, all right, end this film. But I was like, okay.
I caught up to you to a point where I was like, okay, I understand this.
Anyway, that's my point. You said you were thin. Should we get to it?
Let's get
all
to
right,
it.
so we're gonna get into it now.
Bitch.
Full-blown spoilers. You've already heard a few, but full-blown spoilers. We always start off with the positives. So Louis, I start off with the last kind of positive. You start off with the positive.
I'll start off. Hey, most of my positives are for the first act. I think that I actually wrote notes to the creativity of the world and showcasing it with creative scenarios and jokes to make the world lived in.
Yeah.
I felt like the opening and then the opening to him getting to his apartment felt fleshed out, felt like a world. It felt like a dream scenario. It like the jokes were hitting, everything was hitting, the cinematography, the directing, everything was hitting, and the world felt lived in.
Yeah.
Later on, it gets a bit confusing, but that moment, that first act, fucking solid.
That's literally one of my positives as well.
Yeah.
I thought the world building in the first hour was really cool.
Like when they're all looking up the guy, they're like, we're trying to get him to jump. Like it's the complete opposite. You know, like they're not trying to stop him from jumping. They're trying to get him to jump.
And it is a very horrific world being painted that I wouldn't. You totally get why Beau is afraid, and you totally get why
it's in the name.
It's in the name.
Oh my god! I just realized.
EA Sports. It's in the game. And the name.
I set you up with that joke, but I was just like, I'm not gonna give him anything.
Meow. Why did I say that? Okay. But I agree with you. I like the world that was being presented. It really was like, oh my god, what is going to happen? Like this world was like
so much potential.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
It was really crazy. It was really cool. Yeah. And it was this horrific world where you're seeing like literally dead bodies on the ground. No one cares. Yeah. The police officers are just shooting anybody. Like there's a guy called Birthday Knife Boy or something Birthday Boy Knife Boy or something.
It was so creatively funny.
Yeah, and it was dark, but it was funny, and that was enjoyable. And I will agree for that first hour, that was really cool.
Another one of you.
Yeah, I'll go because another positive, and I'm gonna just. No, it's not a new positive. It's just branching out from that. I think that first hour was really just funny and enjoyable. Yeah, and that kind of is branching off that.
Humor
was that the humor worked well. I think. Yeah, it was just made that as a big point. Yeah. The comedy was mostly great for me. Yeah, I feel like
later on there's less jokes, but there's still kind of funny bits. But that first bit, man.
Comedy was on point. Love it. Dick Knife.
So funny.
There was. I don't want to say some crude stuff.
Leah would laugh, and then I'll be like, "What? What did he laugh at?" And I'd see it, and man, it was so.
But I think the comedy was good, and even like some of the comedy that was with the Nathan Lane family.
Yeah. Oh,
that was
Nathan Lane.
That was
Amy Ryan.
Happy to see Nathan Lane. Jesus. That's gonna be on one of my positives, but I just want to quickly say, happy to see Nathan Lane.
To see him with those big
my
old glasses.
Lord. There was Broadway icons in this movie. Nathan Lane, Patti LuPone, Broadway icons. There's probably more. And I was like, hell yeah.
Joaquin's even been on Broadway, not sung. Yeah. He's been,
But I love it. I love it. I'm like, and for someone who loves the producers, the movie and the show, seeing him and that iconic Patti. Voice, my God.
Yeah. When you could hear him before he came on screen.
Want to see him in more stuff. So happy to see him.
That kind of goes into great acting throughout this whole movie. I think.
Should we just we'll go to that point. Great acting. Great acting.
No matter how I felt about the story, the actors committed all the way.
Yeah, and great performances from everybody. There was one little bit that was laughing a little bit. Yeah. But it didn't take away from Joaquin Phoenix's performance. But there's one little bit where he was hugging his kids and it's just very come here. And it was I was kind of like, this is kind of funny. Yeah. But no, but still, that doesn't take away from the performance at all.
I laughed at the monkey.
Yeah.
It wasn't meant to be that funny, but I laughed.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Funny
Yeah.
monkey.
But
Yeah.
okay, we'll talk about that later. I found that
Yeah.
terrifying and
We're talking
sad.
about Nope.
No. But yeah, I think performance is great from everyone. And I got to say, I really thought Patti LuPone as the mother was the best part of that like last
Broadway brought that like company ending with like her monologues.
being like the ferocious mother, and she was to me the best part of that last act of the film. Is that the reason why I was staying on is to see her performance, and she did great. I think she was fantastic as that mother who just doesn't care and who does care, but like, how dare you, and
selfish mother
doing all the monologues and ferocious stuff, and
great, great cast. I was so scared because I saw that she was in this movie, and I thought she was only gonna be in like the background and have like not see her face. I was like, oh no, are we just gonna see her like kind of hidden? But then she came on screen. I was like, yes. Okay.
Yeah, because like we see her little bits throughout the movie. Yeah, and it's like, oh, I hope they don't dog her and just go like, here's that. But no, she has her own part, and it's great. It's great. Okay, I'll go to one of mine again. This is a visually stunning film. It's very impressive, especially with the play segment. That was a fantastically made
creative
segment. No matter how I feel about the actual segment itself, in the placement of the story, it was visually fantastic. And listen, you could take that out and have that as like an art. I know I keep saying art installation, but you can have that as its own little short film, and you could totally do that.
I would say like no matter the writing of this movie, it never got like. This is actually another one of my positives.
Yeah.
Let me see if like. The scenes may have dragged and felt unnecessary, but no scene was bad, I would say. No scene was like created without the director's vision in mind. I never felt like, even if I was like, I don't like this scene, how it was directed and like shot and acted, I would say were fantastic no matter how I felt about the writing and like the purpose in the plot.
Okay.
Even if there's like a scene I'm like, I don't care what's going on, it was shot well, it was acted well.
Yeah.
It didn't make me like.
You can tell there's an author behind this film.
Yeah.
There's an artiste, an auteur.
Yeah. Even if you may not agree with what he's writing.
I thought, I agree. I think it's really well directed. I think the shots are fantastic. But that's what you can expect with this director. Yeah. I'm saying that only seen one film.
I would say yes.
But I would expect, because I've seen clips and I've seen photos, and I'm like, that's a cool shot, and I know he's good. And I know he's great. There's people who say he's great. Cool. Did you want to go into something?
Okay. Exploration of Beau as a character and how he travels through this movie is very wonderful, and I never got bored of Beau himself. And getting fed twists with him doesn't mean the film around him didn't drag.
Okay. Sure.
Like kind of similar to like the movie itself, even if it dragged, the acting and all that stuff was good. I really liked Beau as a character, especially in the beginning. Because how he like reacted to things was interesting. How he reacted to his mother's death and like going like and calling his mother to say he can't make it. Because he was like, I can't make it because the keys. And he's like, what do you think I should do? Oh no, I'll come anyway. Like that, like anxiety and that kind of.
And like, I say those scenes were kind of tense because there's a lot of moments in the film where during conversations there's just long pauses. And with that phone call scene in particular, you felt tense.
Yeah, and then when he's calling, when the delivery driver is like, "There's no head," he sorry,
okay. No head.
Yeah. And then like,
it's a Vine reference.
And he's like, "Oh, you said there was my mother. I didn't say it was my mother." He completely changes the script. And then when Nathan is like, "Hey, can we go tomorrow?" And he's just like, "What do you think? What's best for you?" I don't know. His character never felt like this doesn't feel like Beau. Like it always felt the through line of his character and the story with him. I don't know. I really liked Beau as like as a character. I related to him in some points. I don't know. I liked Beau.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I agree. And
Leo's adding to his negatives.
No. Actually, this is not even a negative. I don't know why I put it in the negative section. It's just like, I realized something you just saying something then. That I never realized was that like. When Nathan is like telling him, "Hey, you want to stay?" He's seen it. You know how he's an employee.
Yeah.
And he probably did that. So during the jury scene at the end, there's more. There's more like negatives to say the jury. I just realized like, I didn't even realize that.
My theory of that jury scene, I think it's like it's in his head and how he imagines himself and how he imagines how his mother sees him, because he like his mother made him feel selfish. His mother made him feel like a total asshole. So his grief, like at the beginning of the movie with the therapist writing grief, like his grief and his pain is
guilty.
He's feeling guilty. So so how that relates to all of the shit that's going on in that movie. I was like, man, fucking, what was I saying? But yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like, because that's what I believe that ending is. So the whole thing about him being fed all these like confronting situations and doesn't know how to react.
Yeah. It's weird. The more that we're talking about it.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. The mother knew how to push his buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think, again, this probably goes into my negatives. I think that's a fictitious scenario. I don't know what was real or not. So
we'll get to that because I do want to talk about that.
Yeah, but anyway, you go.
I don't have too many more positives. Not saying that it's bad, but the last positive I kind of had is that it's the sound design I think was good. I think there was moments throughout the theater where I could hear knocking that way, and I could hear that over there, and I can hear.
Yeah. I love that.
And there was like a droning sounds through it.
I love that when it's not in my headphones, but it's great.
And I thought that was good. I
have another one.
Yeah.
The message of grief and subtle hints of like him replacing the brother in that family relates to him replacing that brother as Beau with the mother putting the brother in the attic.
Oh, okay. Didn't realize that.
And replacing the brother when he was younger was fantastic, and I caught it at the perfect time. When I realized it at the funeral, I was like, oh shit, he's replaced his brother. Oh fuck, he probably wasn't even Beau. He probably was the twin, and the twin is in the basement, and he isn't. And now my brain was like, trying to like do like math, like all these equations was going through my head, and like I'm not even sure like fully, and like I think like the placement of it like was so good, and I think it wrapped up that plot of like the grief, and it wrapped up like the hint to that's being his brother perfectly. But the movie just happened to keep going. I was like, if it ended there of me realizing that he replaced his brother, and then the Nathan Lane scenes would have fit perfectly, and I was like, okay, cool, we're good. And the movie just kept going. I was like, no, stop. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm done with my positive. Do you have anything else to say before we move on to the negatives?
No, I think that's mainly it.
Okay, cool. So now to the negative section. And let me just say, when we're talking now, I'm realizing more positive than I did before, and I don't know if it's going to impact my rating at the end. But
I'm just going. It's very much a movie where you have to think about it like more and more.
So the biggest negative, and I think this is just a big broad one that we can easily just say, is it does feel too long.
Man,
I
felt this movie.
It felt
too many too many third acts.
The whole third act was just really drawn out, and I want to get more of that into the negatives because we are in the negatives, but I do want to we'll get back to the thing about the third act. But it's from basically there was a point, and I basically from the play onwards. That's when I started to feel it. Maybe not for you, but for me. From the play onwards, because to me, I didn't love the play section. Like, visually, it was beautiful. Yeah. But it went on for too long for me, and then from then onwards, everything felt like it was going for too long. Mm-hmm. Because there was this momentum with the first hour with, there's... all these crazy stuff happening in the house, and then there's this big chase scene that's about to happen with the military guy coming after him, and it was beautiful. I mean, I loved the theater in the woods because that was really beautiful. And I loved the aesthetic of the stage, and that was beautiful to look at. But it did go for too long, and I didn't love that whole segment with the play. To be completely frank, it was visually very stunning, but with the narrator constantly saying, then you will do this, and you will do this, and then you will do this, and then you will do this.
You will have a baby because you had sex with her. That was funny.
Sure, but it was very repetitive and very long, and the whole play segment just was like, ooh. And then from then onwards, it didn't feel super slow, but it felt like, okay, where's this going? This is taking a while. Yeah. And I just think the pacing was just
because there was a massive plot reveal with the mother still being alive, and I was like, So wait, is there not gonna be like another 30 minutes of this movie? I was like, oh, are we at the end? Oh no, there's okay.
Yeah, we were looking at each other going like, oh my god, he's about to have sex. He's gonna die. That's the movie.
The movie's gonna end.
The movie's gonna end on a sex scene, and then
no.
I'm glad that it didn't end on a sex scene, but it was like, okay, like it really was going for too long, and Patti LuPone did a great performance, and that was the only thing keeping me in. Yeah. But I was like, shit, this movie is really long, and it could be really cut down, and even that whole, I don't know, this like shots were just too long, and it just if the movie really felt like okay, this is 3 hours of and that's kind of why I don't want to go to another negative.
No, you can keep going.
That's kind of why that when we got to that ending, where it was a bit abrupt, and he kind of just like
now he's suddenly in a
like
courtroom.
he was in a courtroom, and then he tips over and dies. That kind of just random ending for this huge 3 hour long epic was kind of like, oh. Yeah. And to me, I felt like that ending was very unsatisfying. Yeah. Same. Like I felt like what was the character journey? Like he I guess he did stand up to his mother by choking her. Yeah. But like so
he just drowned.
He should be guilty for what he did, and he drowned.
There's no one there because he was screaming out for help. No one was there to defend him, like in life where he's always asking for help, but every time he asks for help, he gets told he's selfish. So he asks for help when the crowd doesn't give him help. Like I saw, and then he drowns. I get the metaphor.
Yeah, I get that. I get that some small metaphors there. Like, there's people out there who need help, and you don't help them. What the heck? Yeah. Or there's little things you can do can get you cancelled. I don't know if that's what they were trying to go for, but like, I get the little small metaphors. But it was like, is that the ending message you want for this really long 3 hour film? Yeah. And it's like, I think
I got. It was like just and it was a clip show of all of the things he feels grief for and all the things he feels as like selfish for, but now it's being put as a perspective, and it's his brain just going like, holy shit, what have I done, blah blah blah, and there's no one there to defend him because his mother is so kind of like a Norman Bates thing, how like his Norman Bates, like the mother is another fragment in his own head.
Yeah, but what is also, I don't can I get I know this is also another negative point, but like I started to lose all kind of like attachment when everything, I didn't know what was real. Like I didn't know like
I wrote that as well.
Is this or fiction, like this final scene, like how the heck did she get to that play to that like Rocky Mountain or the cave when she was over there? Like what is that?
What
like,
is real? What is
real? And I lost like listen, like, that's not bad. But on the same time, there's like moments throughout the film where he is daydreaming, and then it's shown actually that's not real. Yeah. But then this ending is like, is this a dream?
Is this how life always is? Like
is he? Because there's a dick monster guy. Yeah. Also, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah. But like it treats the dick monster like that's real. I'm like, oh, so is everything weird? So that has to be real, right?
So the ending has to be real. But then
is
what
that
the fuck?
Yeah. And okay, I'm gonna go into what I wrote for that.
Sure, yeah. On the same time, people leaving the theater not helping him. That is a rule of that society, of that world, where people were like, do not give a fuck. But on the same time, it's like weird.
Yeah, because I think the whole world is a metaphor. I think the whole getting the person to jump, like the craziness outside, having the fear of strangers going into your house, it is all Beau's fears. I think it's all of like the fears of how that is. I'm like, okay, so that is reality. Yeah, in this world, that is the big metaphor of like he's scared of everything happening because he's been so protected. He's scared of all of this horrible stuff. Everything is scary to him. Everyone's rude. Everyone's scary, and everyone is out to get him. It's like how he perceives the world is like that, and everyone's there to fuck him over. But that's reality of how the world is. But then there's dream sequences. Is that real? Yeah, I'll go into what I said. The film was always weird, so it was hard to know when things were normal / when it was Beau's imagination. Were the pills that he took without water affecting things? Or did they work fine as he got water later? was his neighborhood hood real? His mother said he has an imaginary door because his mother didn't even know he lived in a house. But then the mother said, look at this shit. He locked the door.
No, I think she was just saying that you made up that scenario. And that's
but
why
then
you called it
but I
imaginary
know,
door.
but then she said it in a way to me that kind of seemed like she doesn't even believe that he has a house.
Oh, well, I didn't get that. Well,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
if you got that, sure. But I thought she was just saying like, yeah, that was the scenario.
Did the pills mean anything? The world was always strange and scary, so what was normal and what was a fake scenario? What did the mother plan? What was planned by the mother? Was everything planned by the mother?
The mother was just trying to kill Beau? Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, like what?
Because there was a moment where, like,
did
oh,
this?
yeah, you could think that, like, Nathan's character, as we just said, Nathan's character probably made him stay back.
Yeah.
And maybe the psychiatrist who was working for the mother was giving him the pills to do something. But what was the plan? Was it just to say that he's guilty? Like, what was the plan? Is she a killer? Like, does she did something to the other guy, the other Beau?
I don't want to watch this movie again, but
I feel like there's a lot more. Like, if we watch it again, then you'll learn a lot more.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna watch it again.
It confuses me that reality is a metaphor and the imagination is a metaphor. What's happening in reality is a metaphor for his life, because the whole movie's called Beau is Afraid. Everything is him is his fears. His fears of people coming to his house. He's afraid. That's all metaphor for his life. But then the dream sequences are also metaphor. It just feels like the message of the movie gets muddled of like what it's actually trying to tell me, and like the metaphor and the logistics are all muddled, and I don't really know what is a metaphor and what is just a scene. If you know what I mean. Yeah. Because you said quite a bit. Should I just keep going?
Please go.
Grief aspect and the feeling of being selfish for caring about others and always asking others what you should do, because the need of being accepted and loved and not to upset anyone else makes you seem selfish and unwanted was good and explored well in the mother scenes in the end, but the subtlety and the story messages was lost as the movie started adding more questions. Do you want some water? I have some water here.
No, I'm all good. No, I'm not gonna be like in the theater when I was coughing my ass.
God, he had a coughing fit. Wow.
I was gonna die.
Yeah, he seemed
guaranteed
like he was gonna die.
death at 19. Rip Leo.
The subtlety and the story messaging was lost as the movie started adding questions of what was real and what was going on, and it distracted me from what was going on. Because, okay, so what I mean by that is like the grief and the whole metaphor was like, okay, this is the through line, right? And then it started adding, there's a massive penis. What the fuck is that? Oh,
what the fuck was that penis?
Yeah, and then the therapy comes in. Oh, what is that? And then the story comes in. I'm like, what am I holding on to? There's nothing to hold on to.
Is Beau still a child? Is it everything?
Is it a
I
dream?
don't know.
Man?
Is Beau being old a dream?
Yeah. I also wrote this. Giant penis. Subtle storytelling was lost and more questions were raised, but not ones I wanted.
That was terrifying, that giant penis. That was scary. I actually was terrified of that giant penis.
I was more...
That was a scary moment.
What the fuck?
I was like, what the fuck? But I actually was like, don't show me that.
Yeah.
Don't show me that.
Yeah.
That's scary. So, good job, I guess.
But like, did she have sex with the giant?
How did that work?
Who circumcised the penis?
And how did the sex work?
That's the thing. Was that real?
Was that... No, I don't know what's real.
Was that the metaphor? Is nothing... is everything real?
I think this
and
is
we're
all,
just trying
this
to...
is all a metaphor for abstinence, I think.
Yeah.
This is
You're
an
right.
abstinence metaphor.
Fuck, man.
Don't have sex.
Also,
Don't do
fucking... The daughter... Fucking hated her.
For the blonde
little
Nathan's
girl,
daughter.
Nathan's daughter.
Yeah. Was that a negative though?
No, I just want to
think
bring
that-
this up. Always, I don't drink or do drugs. So when she was pressuring him into like taking
No, but that was
hit,
cool though.
and taking that hit and going peer pressuring and guilting him into it. That just made me so angry, because I'm all about, if you have drugs and if you drink, it's all about consent and you have to know what you're having. I'm all about that. So that was like the complete pushed my buttons, and I just wanted to talk about that. Always know
Love
what
how
you're having.
she was like, "Hey, let's just drink paint. Let's drink paint.
Drink well. Oh,
I was like,
Isn't it fun how the she had pink and blue like male and female paint, and she wrote pink of Beau. Beau. I don't know, man.
Okay.
I just thought that was very because the societal thing of men and female is like how society has created like male blue,
Sure.
women female. So like it's very universal to understand those are two things, at least in our society of
Yeah, I'm
Australia.
sure that was a choice. It's
So
pink.
yeah, so I
Blue
thought
and
it was
pink.
interesting that the blue and pink, because obviously I don't believe that like you have to fit into those two categories, but there comes an extent of when you're doing a metaphor that makes me go like, is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know,
Sure.
man.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm confused.
Yo, gabba gabba.
I don't believe in you anymore.
Okay. Do you have any more? I'll give you another.
yeah.
Go. I have more, but
Yeah.
you go for another one.
Answers to many questions that could have been left unanswered were answers that were given made the film feel less fantastical, and made the film feel more mean.
Also, can I just say, what the fuck was that dick?
That giant
What was that
penis.
dick?
What? Stop it.
What was that? No. Okay.
Yeah, and the world was mean, and it felt like Beau couldn't fit there. The more it went on, I felt disconnected from everything as the questions that got answered just made the film keep going. I was like, it answered questions, but then it gave me more questions, and then it had to answer more. Then I had to answer those questions. I had to answer those questions. I was like, okay, I've already got the answers to the questions I wanted.
Yeah.
But now you're giving me more questions. I don't care about those new ones. I don't care. I don't want the answer of the giant penis. Stop trying to tell me. I'm like, I don't care. It should have just stopped with the grief and the mother, but it just kept going. And I was like, I got the answers to the movie I wanted. And the stuff that were unanswered were unanswered. I didn't need to know where the dad came from. I didn't know where the dad was. I didn't need to know that he died with an orgasm. Why did you create that as your
reason why he's
reason?
gone.
Was what? Huh? But like, and then Death from Supernatural was like, I was there feeding him in his deathbed. I was like, you were feeding a giant penis?
Oh, dude, what the fuck? Also, what the fuck was that giant penis? Like, honest to God.
Someone's gonna comment like, oh, you don't get it? It's
You know what?
obviously
You know
a
what?
symbolism for.
Shout down to that giant penis. Not shout out.
down.
No. Shout in. Shout into that
Yeah.
giant penis, because
Yeah.
I don't want a shout out.
Yeah.
We don't want that. Quiet whisper. Quiet whisper for that giant penis.
Anyway, you go. Yeah. You
I
you
really,
go. You
I think
pop
a lot
off
of
brand.
what was being said has been said. Just the one other thing is one more Bill Hader. That was really it. One more Bill Hader. He was there for he was there for a time.
You can barely see his face.
He purposely hides his face. I didn't even realize he was on the phone with Bill Hader. He was on the phone with Bill Hader, wasn't he?
Didn't sound like
Bill Hader.
until the video.
Took the video.
Sorry, podcast listeners.
Bro, stop dying. Bro, oh god, he's dying.
What is this coughing fit? You got
Also,
it?
what the
What
fuck was that
penis?
dick? Like, whisper. No. Anyway, okay. Do you have any more? Like, here's the thing. Like, I have a lot of just like the big
Yeah,
negatives
yeah.
that it's hard to go into the intricacies of.
Yeah. You know
But-
what? That's fine, man.
You think we're gonna end it there?
I'm fine to end it. Beau was afraid.
Beau was afraid. I was afraid of. Beau was afraid.
Oh,
Like, what the fuck?
I like the flashbacks. I thought they were
They're
fun.
okay, they're alright.
To me, I just really liked the directing of it. I liked the cinematography. I thought the child actor they got for Beau was really interesting. Was like looked like him
Yeah.
in a kind of a scary way. I was like, oh, that looks like him.
Yeah.
And I thought it was an interesting, another positive to sprinkle into the
Yeah.
negative. Sprinkle in the penis.
What was she? Why was she? Why did she want to be with him?
Also, why did she die? Was
Because he got that big dick energy.
the
I think.
because she only died when she came. Was she a daughter and she died from coming?
I don't know what the logistics of that
But was that story real about the father dying?
I think it was something that like she had power. He had power. Okay. Anyway.
Penis.
I think a lot of the negatives
Yeah.
to this film comes down to that penis guy.
Also, we just watched it. We didn't have time to really think about
Yeah,
it much.
like we haven't developed like what was the metaphors, what was the meaning.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
just
you
watched
did
it.
pretty well. For me,
Thank
I was
you.
just like, what the fuck was that?
yeah, he really grabbed onto that penis and didn't let go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me tell you. Sorry. Okay, let's. Okay, so we
Ratings.
have rating
Yeah.
system. Let me tell you the brief rating system. Here we go. At the very bottom of our rating system, we have a thermometer. Basically,
Yeah.
we have shit show, which means it's awful, like no redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
Really did not enjoy the film. Bad. Then we have
Ball
ball
snore,
snore, get out the door. This
bitch.
was just boring. Like, what the heck was that?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit appealing, maybe some positives,
Yeah.
but it really was like, what the frick?
Yeah.
And it's boring. I wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Then
there's-
above that is disappointing. This is a film
Book
that had
appointment.
book appointment for disappointment. This is a film that has a lot of stuff on its side,
Yeah.
but no, actually, no, that's not true. This is a film that like has some positives,
Yeah.
but like the negatives are too
Yeah.
big for us
And
to
it just
ignore, and
it left
just-
you with a bad taste in your mouth after leaving.
yeah, and maybe and it, or you could be disappointed, or like what it's just a film that was like it could
Could have been good.
have been good, but it just didn't work for
Yeah.
you. Then
Hey, it's
above
fun.
that is a Hey It's Fun. This is just a fun film. It's a decent movie.
Yeah.
It's a decent horror movie.
Yeah.
It may be worth your time, may not be worth your time, but we thought it was fun,
Yeah.
and we enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Then above that is Fantastically Splendid.
Splendid.
Great movie.
Great.
Great horror movie.
Yeah.
Give it a watch.
be
Go
flaws,
to
but-
go to the cinemas. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some flaws there, but
But
it's
Overlooking.
it's fine.
And
It's
then
fine.
at the end,
At the top,
masterpiece. Fucking
Classic.
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 Mate. It's in the name. You know what that means.
yeah, it's in the game. Really
Now,
good.
I would say that first act, I was like, I'm ready to give this movie a masterpiece. For the
Masterpiece.
first act. I was
Wow.
so into it. And then I was like, hey, Fantastically Splendid. And I was like, okay, maybe it's fun. And I was like, okay, am I going to give it? Like, it was like going. The
Let me tell
thermometer
you.
was
Let me
like,
tell you. I was walking into the studio, as we do in this
Yeah.
lovely studio. I was ready to give it a big bad rating.
Yeah.
I was gonna go like, this is dog shit. And then we talked,
Yeah.
and he was like, you know what? This is a film.
Yeah.
It's a
It
film.
has artisticness to it.
It's not
like,
It's not my favorite.
but yeah.
Like I was gonna go in here and I was gonna give it a big old ball snore, get out the door. I was legit ready.
Yeah.
I was ready to go like, this shit was boring. I mean, I was
Yeah.
like, I was ready to get out the door. I was
Yeah.
literally the embodiment of
Yeah.
that statement. Ball
Yeah.
snore, get out the door.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm not enjoying this. I got time to do shit. Why is this still going?
Yeah.
Not in that first hour. That first hour was good.
Right.
That's one of the
Yeah.
reasons why I'm not going to give it a ball snore, get
Yeah.
out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Or am I? No, I'm not. Just the ending didn't do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this just a solid, no high, no lower, just book appointment for disappointment.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna give it. I'm just gonna be like, I can respect. You know what?
Yeah.
It probably is better than what I think it is. It probably is
Yeah.
it's smarter, but I couldn't.
Technically, yeah.
I came out of it going, okay.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing. Book appointment for disappointment. That means there's definitely
Yeah.
positives there.
It is positives.
But it just
the ending was
didn't
disappointing.
fully work for me, and it
Yeah.
left me not disappointed, but just like
Unexpected.
I know.
Stupid.
What about you? What are you gonna give it?
Yeah. I think I may have liked it a bit more than you.
Then that's fine.
But I would still give it a.
You want to give it a high?
a high. What's it called? Book appointment for disappointment.
Oh, you can give it a low. Hey,
No,
it's fun.
I don't feel like it's a hey. It's
Because I'll be
fun.
honest with you, that first 1
Yeah.
hour was really fun.
Yeah.
I will say, but yeah, it's just
Yeah.
that from then onwards, I just was like,
It lost. It,
I
it
didn't.
fizzled. It
The
fizzled
moment
out.
I didn't know where the plot was going,
Yeah.
I was really lost, but not in a good way.
Yeah.
Not in a way that was like, oh,
Ooh,
this
yeah.
can go anywhere.
Yeah.
In a way that was like, oh, we had such a good momentum. Get back to it.
Yeah.
I already missed Nathan. I know that's
Nathan
not. I
Lane,
know that's
yeah.
not a problem. I know that's like, oh well. But it's like, damn.
Yeah.
What is going on here? Like,
Yeah.
where are we going? Like, what's the okay? There's a penis. So what the fuck was that penis? No, but like. The play was cool, but I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Now it feels like you're just doing whatever you
Yeah.
want.
It felt like.
Felt like he was doing whatever he
Yeah.
wants, but it
Ari
didn't.
Aster
But it
just-
wasn't for the
yeah.
goodness of the story. It was just I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
Ari Aster just felt like he had a draft, and then I want to add something more.
Yeah, he was obviously taking drugs making the script,
Yeah.
and it's like great, but it's like
Good for you, man.
cool. You can do whatever you want, but doesn't mean it's gonna work as a coherent story to me.
Yeah.
And it just didn't,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm giving it
It's
a
just-
straight up book up.
It was disappointing in its end. It had so much potential, and then it just wasn't good. What the fuck?
I'm just doing a little sway.
Oh,
Watch me out. Okay, cool.
cool.
You know what? Let's not change the angle. Let's just keep it here.
Okay.
Let's just keep it here.
Okay.
Look at me.
No.
We're keeping it here. We asked a question last week.
we did.
Not last week, but
Oh,
last
we did,
video.
yeah,
Last
yeah.
video we asked you a trivia question. The trivia question was, if you remember that, the question that we asked was, originally for 1993, originally when they were going to do another Evil Dead movie after Evil Dead 2, originally it was going to be a Ash versus movie. Not Army of Darkness, but who was Ash gonna verse? I gave you a multiple choice, and it's gonna be a bit of a funny answer. The multiple choice I gave you was either was gonna be Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Chucky, or Leatherface. Now the answer was Jason Voorhees, but it's also Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
It was I know I didn't add on the list, but just for the sake of multiple choice, I just thought you can choose one. But it was going to be an Ash versus Jason versus Freddy movie.
Yeah.
I think it was based off a comic run. I think it was a comic run.
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember if it was before or after the movie.
I knew that, yeah.
But basically, that was going to be it. So if you got that right, well done. But now we're going to ask you a question. The question that we have for you for this week, and it's special because it's Beau's Afraid themed. What the fuck was that penis? No, seriously, what the fuck? We need to know.
We don't have the answer to this. We're asking you.
We're asking you.
Right.
We're giving you a multiple choice. You know the multiple choices? It's affinity. Affinity choices.
Choice.
What the frick is that?
We'll pick our favorite ones.
Yeah, if you do it.
Yeah.
If anyone does it, please
write it
do
down.
it. Seriously.
Right. On Spotify as well. If you want to listen on Spotify, there's like a thing where you can write like reviews.
And if we get answers, we'll tell you the answers.
Yeah. Tell us.
We don't know. What the fuck was that penis?
What the fuck was that penis?
Anyway, shout out to penis.
Yeah.
So what the fuck was that penis?
What the fuck was that penis?
Like,
let's talk about that.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to the Horror Herald this week. It's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure talking about Beau is Afraid. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope we enjoyed it.
We got some fun stuff coming out. Hopefully with some.
Yeah.
Can I say we've got some Insidious stuff coming out?
Oh, okay. I didn't
say that.
What is it? Even I am not fully sure about this, but I'm fully supportive no matter what.
I'm gonna make Leo for the first time watch the Insidious movies.
Yes.
And then maybe, if we feel like it, sprinkle in some maybe short reviews.
Yeah. Why not? Let's give it a go. Insidious, guys. I don't know when the next one's coming out. Is it the Red Door?
July 7th.
July. But who knows? We'll be back with more reviews.
Yeah.
We've got more free time. We're back. We're ready. We're back. I know you've missed us. I've missed us.
I really missed us.
I've missed us, dude.
Penis.
Oh, God. All right. Cut.